Are you recording now? Like I said, you can't see it. Oh my God. So Chicago Opera Theater asked us to do a commercial for Scarlet Ibis, which is one of their operas. And we had the opportunity to do this kind of cool, whimsical set where we actually made a landscape in a studio and shot it practically with a real camera. One challenge I knew going into it is that we only had 3 days to do it, and that sounded hard, but it was also really exciting to build something, so I just went for it. So in the story of Scarlet Ibis, it's about this, it's mainly about this relationship between two brothers, and it's an imperfect relationship, and the brother is physically imperfect. And I wanted to kind of showcase that there's this imperfection with like paper and cardboard has this imperfection to it, but when you shoot it the way that I wanted to shoot it, it kind of has a beauty to it. There's something kind of nice to see something that's handmade, even though it is imperfect. I knew I wanted some atmosphere, some leaves falling the whole time, and so we had to shoot everything at high speed and kind of drop these tissue paper leaves, which was harder than I thought, trying to get those to move the way that I wanted to. We had a bunch of fans and people waving stuff. It's a stupid thing. I really have wanted to do like practical text on screen for a long time. I just like the way that looks. So I totally did like the grade school thing where I cut out these letters and I used tissue paper and glue and painted the tissue paper on the text, which when it dries it kind of shrinks up and has all these shrivelly things. And then I use wire to suspend it from a C-stand. Yeah, so it was all done practically, which is crazy to most people, but I think you feel that, especially in this piece where you want everything to feel handmade. When you're making things in real life, it's so much about the making of it, and the production is really kind of the last leg. It's a very linear process when you're making something. And it also looks like a wreck the entire time. You know, outside of the camera frame, it's just a wreck. There's just stuff everywhere. So I pre-visualized everything in a 3D application so that I could see everything to time, and then I could also do things to realistic proportions so I could tell how many feet, how many inches I needed to space my hills when I actually did it on the set. So the animation of the two boys was done in the computer in post. As much as I would have wanted to do stop motion, 3 days. I used my two kids to do some video reference of pulling a wagon and kind of heavily reference that when I animated in After Effects. The other thing I wanted to do in After Effects is treat it as if I were doing stop motion. So I have keyframes on every 2 frames. And I tried to do, I posed things out, but I tried to do things kind of straight ahead, linear, as if I was moving these characters with a hand, just so that you see that kind of jerky motion. There's something slightly imperfect about it, but it still looks nice. I think it's just, there's something really, I don't know, for lack of a better word, there's something kind of magical about creating something with your hands and putting it in front of a camera and then making it look like this huge world. I would totally build a set in a heartbeat if the project was the right fit for it.
Sleep, my